Hello! This time we're going to have a look at Fort Faroth, right at this location in Caelid. So Fort Faroth is rather short, so this video is going to be rather short. Let's see how short I can make it this time. Maybe not half an hour talking about this? Maybe I am, let's see. So, entrance is similar to the other fort we had a look at, Fort Height in particular. And this fort, let me get rid of these first so I can open the map. It's a very similar fort like Fort Height, with a similar way of getting into it, because we have the exact same staircase. So same thing applies, easier to defend, harder to attack, but you have to carry stuff inside manually from downstairs there. But I don't think that you want to carry stuff into Caelid anymore, so let's have a look inside. What do we find inside? There's a lot of wood. There is so much wooden stitch in these guys. So much wood. But first let's get rid of these because these are annoying. This is the enemy type that you find in here. A lot of bats down here because it's rather dark, right? And it's supposed to be dark, but we have two of these big ones so far. Harpies or whatever they're called, I don't know. I call them skin bats because they look like bats, but just everything with skin, like human skin. Quite disgusting. And I'm not a fan of bats. 3! There's 3 of them. That is disgusting. Come on, die, please. Okay, finally. So as you can see, there are a lot of bats here, and there is a reason for me to not be invisible this time for the enemies. But let's talk about this area for a second. We have a lot of plant growth in here, and a lot of wooden structures. What they were used for is probably... I don't know. Why would you use them? Because we have a second floor, actually. And not much. There's not much here, right? There are a few sacks and a lot of hanged dudes. Great, right? What a sight. And a lot of beds down here, which I don't appreciate. There's another bed. Come on, die already, okay? So, in a bad shape, a lot of wooden structures down here, a lot of storage space. A bit better than Fort Height, I must say. But again, we have a ladder leading up a tower this time. No stairs, they don't like stairs for big towers. I would appreciate a staircase that would go around, but oh well. And then, it's basically... It's basically Fort Height, just better. Same tower structure, we have to climb up a tower, and then there is the other medallion in here, and then there is no way getting into this tower. Again, because this is a new video, how you could fix this is, if you want to have a ladder here, then make the whole ground, make it so that I can walk everywhere here, and that there's just a little hole with a trapdoor for this ladder, and then make it so that on this side or somewhere on the ceiling there's also a trapdoor with a broken off ladder, or just a trapdoor so that you can potentially put a ladder there. And that would fix this useless tower here. Again, a chimney on this part, but you can't get down here at this particular part, so the chimney is quite useless, and the crenellations are a bit too small. Like, these parts should be higher up so that your head is actually well defended. And yeah, you have arrow slits and crenellations, which is a bit odd. Just make it a like a normal wall with crenellations without these arrow slits. And then they have murder holes in here, which are these, at least I'm calling them murder holes, which are these openings at the bottom, which should point downwards. So the actual part where we walk should be a bit broader and hang over the actual wall part of the tower itself, so that you can drop down stones or whatever through these holes to hit people that are on your tower, like right on your tower. Good, then luckily this part is broken off and we can jump down here. I don't know why there is a wooden structure around this tower itself. Seems to be just for level design, but you could easily just jump from there to this part here. So I don't see why this exists. Then we have actually some stone structure here, and these ghosts are attacking us. Or not ghosts, but these are marionettes, right? Either ghosts or marionettes. Usually they're marionettes, like in Carrion Manor. But we can see there is actually a stone roof here, which is nice, with wood underneath. A lot of holes, so you can potentially lift stuff up in here. Potentially. I don't know why these holes would exist. Maybe it's just broken down, but it doesn't really look like it's broken down, so they might have some use. A lot of hanged bodies. So something happened here, for sure. Then there's this part with a corpse, but again, let me get rid of these. Let me get rid of them, they're annoying. Usually they wouldn't... Come on, what the... Just die already. So usually I'm not a fan, and... Why usually? I'm not a fan of this gap here, because this serves no purpose in world building wise, right? Why would you have this gap? So that enemies have it easier to attack you from this side? Don't get it. Just level design so they can hide a corpse here with trash. So this is basically useless. Like, why does this exist? For fuck's sake. Then we have another platform up here that you can potentially climb up via a ladder that isn't here. And these crenellations are almost good. They're high enough so that my head isn't getting hit. Even my fashion statement head right here isn't getting hit, but I can't shoot. This one needs to be lowered. Or just raise it up so it is as high as here and keep these arrow slits. Not both. Yeah, this wooden structure over here. Again, I can think of two purposes. First one, you can position archers in there, potentially, if you can actually get them in here, because there's no access to this one. Or you can put heavy stones or logs of wood in there that you would drop down when the enemy comes. But again, no way of getting in there and no way to release these stones or logs or whatever that's in there. Then we have one of these nests. I just call them nests. Facing the inside and the outside. You can see there are still the crenellations and the wall going on, so the outside does nothing. Maybe you can put in stuff there, but who would attack from this side? Well, actually, it's possible that they can attack from this side. Maybe they surround this fort when a potential army attacks. But facing the inside is a bit weird. But this one makes it easier to actually drop down stuff there, so that's okay, I guess. More dudes. This weird thingy facing basically a cliff. So I don't know why they put this one here. I don't even know why this one exists at all, but oh well. And then we go around again, a tower that... Next time I keep the invisibility on. Again, a tower that you can't access, and I don't really get why the tower is facing this side. Oh well, I forgot the other tower. Same with this tower over there that I just forgot. This is one of the most important tower, together with these ones. This one is quite unimportant, but again you can't access them, so they're quite useless. And no, you can't just put a ladder up there. Why these gallows exist like it? These are gallows, right? At least it looks like it. Quite weird. And I don't know what these pits are for. To lift up stuff, but then you only need one pit, so maybe it's broken down. It doesn't look broken down. It looks like it's placed there for a reason, but I don't get the reason personally. From here we can actually go down a ladder on the next platform part over here. And here I need the torch again. There's some rats here, nothing special. Then either this is broken down or this is very stupid because you can't access this part. I mean, you don't want to jump over there every time you want to go over here, so there must be something broken down, and I don't really get why this wall exists in the first place. Like this wall here, you can walk on the other side just fine, just get rid of the wall. Keep the beams to support the structure above, but you don't need these walls. So these walls are just there for level design to hide something. There's a giant rat here, another small rat, and then you can just climb down here and grab the Radagon source here. But it doesn't really make sense to keep these wooden structures here, just open it up so you can have access to them. It doesn't really make any sense. The ladder makes sense, why not? Why not have more ways of getting up here? That's fine, but... So this is more level design. So they've done this so that you can come in and through the wall, somewhere over here there, you see this legendary item glow, and you're intrigued, right? And then you fight through the level, and this is the last part you can access. So from a level design this is fine, but I still wish there was some kind of door, or... Yeah, put a door here with the not access or can't be opened from this side. Would be fine. Now let's go over to the enemy placement, because this area is quite difficult, and with difficult I mean it's pretty easy if you're just running through. Because if you fight all of these, then it's a bit tough, right? There are 3 of these stupid ass harpy thingies over here, then a few other bats. So they like dark areas. This is a fairly dark area, so it's fine. They probably feed on corpses. There are a lot of corpses here, so they have food. But the enemy itself is annoying. I really don't like flying enemies in this game. I have the problem with flying enemies that I sometimes have a hard time gauging the distance that I have towards them. just because there's no shadow. And again, I don't really know why this game has problems with shadow. Even Dark Souls 2 could display shadows from a torch. They had this technology in Dark Souls 2. You can't tell me that they can't just put a fairly low-res shadow there. I mean, that's not that hard, is it? Maybe there's a good reason for that, but oh well. Maybe ray tracing is coming, maybe shadows are coming back. Whew, would be nice. But you only have sometimes a shadow in this game, which is kind of sad. Then you have to go up here, as we did before, and on top we have these marionettes slash ghosts. No, they are not ghosts. Ghosts are white, right? These are bluish tint, so these are marionettes, these dudes up here. Which is interesting. No, this isn't part of this bridge part. Okay. So, and then we have rats. So downstairs is an infestation, and upstairs there is, what's it called? There are marionettes guarding this fort. Which is interesting, because usually marionettes are used by Carrion Manor, right? By Peter, or whatever his name is. The dude that lives in somewhere in this part. And what's his name? The idiot, the arrogant idiot, whatever his name is. But that is Fort Height, and I actually managed to go below 20 minutes. That's great. That's just great. I like it. So let's rate this fort, shall we? Very straightforward, level design wise. We have a interesting level layout. You have to go through the thing, then you have to go on top of the thing, and then you have to go into one of these 3 holes to grab your prize, which is basically the Radagon Sorcerer, whatever, right? Enemies, we have bats, we have harpies, and some soldier dudes, just in blue, and rats, right? So I really don't like the flying enemies below. Rats are fine, soldiers are fine, so I would rate, for the bats, I would give a 2. Then the soldiers are a 7, so what's the middle in there? Let's say it's 5. And then for the rats, they're like 5 or 6. So let's go at 5.5 for, and the level design now is like 6-ish. So let's say 6 in total. Level design 6 in total. For enemy placement and the layout itself. So the layout is a 6, but the enemies are 5.5. Let's just go with 6. And then the world building itself, the way this fort is structured, I have to take away some points because of these inaccessible towers. There's again no reason why these are inaccessible. Most of them, there are chimneys up there, some shit that makes no sense, and I have to give it a 3, maybe 3.5, something like this. It's not really good designed, world building wise. Most of these things make no sense. So let me know what your rating is. Let me know what you would like to see in the future, which structure I should have a look at, and that's it from me. Goodbye.